Hello, everyone. Wanted to talk to you today about some more rights that we have under the Constitution. We're looking at a piece of the Fourth Amendment again, and then also a piece of the First Amendment. And what questions we're answering today are: can I video record a government agent or a law enforcement officer while they're on duty? And then we'll look at why we should be doing that, okay? The second question, which we're going to answer first, is what is someone's expectation or reasonable expectation of privacy while they're out in public? So there's a Supreme Court case called Katz v. U.S., K-A-T-Z v. U.S. You guys should go and Google that, read some of the facts. It will help you understand what the court is saying and how the Fourth Amendment applies in real-life situations. But the summary of what we're getting at here today is that if you are out in public, anything you do, anything you say, the image you project is there's no expectation of privacy, okay? So if I can see you or hear you or smell you even out in public, those images that you're projecting, you don't have an expectation of privacy to those things. So the phrase I want you guys to remember is this. I want you to remember you are out in public and you do not have an expectation of privacy. And that phrase you can insert to anyone, whether it's a government agent, even an average citizen that's saying to you, turn your camera off, you don't have the right to record me, you don't have my consent. Well, actually, you're out in public and you don't have an expectation of privacy. See how that plays in there? Okay, so the second question we're answering is how or can I record a government agent during their duty? Can I record a law enforcement officer while they're performing their duties? And I want you guys to remember that under the First Amendment, we have something called the freedom of the press. And I want everyone to understand this specific point, that you do not need a press pass or to work for some media agency in order to be considered part of the press, okay? I want you guys to listen to this excerpt from the Michigan Constitution. It says that every person may freely speak, write, or publish or express his views on any topic, any topic, right? So that means that every person, whether you work for the press or you're just average Joe citizen, you have the right to be the press. And that means you have the right to report and collect information and pass that information out. Especially, and we're just talking about the context of you being in public. So you're recording something that's taking place in public, okay? So with that being said, why? Why are we doing this? This is the second portion here. Why are we recording our interactions with government agents? And I want you guys to remember that the phrase of you are out in public, you do not have an expectation of privacy. The Fourth Amendment expectation of privacy is that if I can see your actions with my eye or hear or smell you in public, then you don't have an expectation of privacy. So keep that in mind and keep that phrase in mind when you're out in public, whether it's at the side of the road on a traffic stop, you're walking through a store and an officer approaches you, or you're just taking pictures or whatever it is, and you have that person saying, you don't have my consent to take my picture or record me. The phrase is, you're out in public, you don't have an expectation of privacy. Okay, so we're answering the question of why. Why are we recording? Okay, number one, right now, under the COVID pandemic, the governor of Michigan has suspended all FOIA requests. FOIA stands for Freedom of Information Act. And what that allows people to do is if you get pulled over or you have a law enforcement interaction or whatever it may be, you are allowed to submit a form to that police department and they will have to produce a body cam or a dash cam video of that interaction, your traffic stop. That's extremely helpful to people like me, a defense attorney, to check out the legitimacy of the police officer's stop or what was said on the stop, and not only relying on the police report. So right now, that FOIA, that requestability for the video is suspended. So right now, it is extremely important for everyone to be recording interactions on your cell phone or your dash cam or whatever personal dash cams that you guys have, so that we can review the footage later. The second reason why we need to record government officials is it keeps people accountable. It keeps the he said, she said's from happening. It creates a record of just indisputable facts, right? It's an objective viewer, the camera is, capturing that incident. So I want you guys to remember that. I want you guys to remember the phrase, you're out in public, you don't have an expectation of privacy, and why it's important as American citizens to be able to record and capture certain instances on camera. I hope everyone is staying safe. What I would like you guys to do is, if you've ever recorded a police officer on their duty, and hear me on this, please be respectful. Do not encroach on the scene. If you are not being pulled over and recording, you have the right to record them, but don't interfere in their official capacity, okay? But please drop comments in the box below. And then also, what do you guys want to hear? What amendments or rights do you guys want me to discuss on these Friday videos? I'd like to get some input from you. I hope everyone's staying safe this Friday, and we'll see you next Friday. Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.